Hey kids, today we're going to go harvest some chaga before it rains because it's getting pretty dark out and I feel a few drops hitting me. So let's get on the trail and get it harvested before we get too wet. We're heading off to the west and then we're going to angle towards the north here in just a little bit. So I found a little area that has chaga in it. And let's go this way. Whoops. Tripping over fern heads continually. Walking around obstacles. We have to go through this open area here and then get back into the wood line. And we will get to our chaga. Whoops. There we go again. I thought about putting a cabin up in this area, but it's really kind of crisscrossed with old creek beds and kind of hard to maneuver a vehicle through here even though it's open. There's a lot of structure. The woods is actually easier. But that's just the way it goes. It is nice though. You know, most people would bring a bulldozer in here. If you could get a bulldozer up here and just flatten this all out and make a nice building pad and stuff, but that's just not available to me. And I know that has absolutely nothing to do with the topic of the day, which is harvesting chaga for tea. And I'll get into that more here in a minute. Once we get back into the woods here. And I don't know if you can hear the creek. We're getting pretty close to the creek. Let's just keep on going and I will film more in a minute. Now chaga, for those of you who don't know, is a growth. It's a fungus basically in the mushroom family that grows off of the side of some lucky, very special birch trees. And it has medicinal properties in the form of when you make it into a tea and drink it. And it's pretty tasty. And I've been collecting a little bit here and there this spring, and I want to get one more chunk at least before I go into town. So I got this old trail that I don't use too much anymore. It's still marked, as you can see, and obviously there's a lot of stuff come down across it. Oop. Those things right there, that is not chaga. That is called a conch, and from what I understand, they were used as a sort of a tobacco type thing in the olden days, but we're not after that. Our tree is just right up here, so we're gonna go set up here. Let me just maneuver the last few yards, and whoop, sorry about that. And there she is. There's our big blob of chaga. So I'm going to have to reposition this because I can't hold this and use the axe at the same time. In fact, I can barely use an axe at all. But I'm going to give it my best. So let me reposition the camera and let's get this thing harvested and go home. Stuck. Here we go. We can come get more of that off there later, but I'm gonna have my hands full, so let's just take those couple chunks and head on back to the cabin. How about that? I decided to take another route back to the cabin rather than just go back the way we came. We exited the wood line and we're coming up back onto the clearing, I guess you could call it, heading north-ish, sort of northish, little westish, northwestish, and coming out on the creek here, which snakes its way through the property, and eventually all this goes into the ocean, of course. Oh. Anyway, back to chaga. Other than using it as a tea, and the reason you use it for tea is like, why do you go through all that work if it's just tea, right? Well, chaga has a lot of really good health benefits to it. Antioxidants, so it's a cancer fighter. So I drink, I don't want to say a lot of it, but it's my main go-to tea when I'm having tea. It doesn't cost much to get it. You know, it's all free. I just got to put a little labor involved into it. Like I said, it's very, very beneficial health-wise to you. And also, we're going to sneak through here. Hope you can hear me. I'm trying to hold the camera as close to my face as I can while I negotiate this moose trail. It also works as an astringent, and the ladies will know what that is. You basically brew the tea and then, you know, wash your face with it, wipe your face with it, kind of thing, and it reduces wrinkles. That's what the ladies tell me anyway, and I have to say they're pretty wrinkle-free, so it must work. So I'm not going to go into an in-depth thing on chaga. I'm not an expert on it, and I'm not going to do a processing portion on this video, but we'll save that for when I get back into town. I'm just going to harvest right now, so it's getting we're actually going to make a loop around back to the cabin, but I encourage you to take a look at it if you're health conscious, health minded, as we all should be. And it is available online if you live in a area where chaga does not grow. And I should backtrack and tell you that it grows, as far as I know, only on birch trees. I do not believe it grows on any other type of tree. And my own personal experience is that it grows, at least to where I'm at, primarily on yellow birch. But then again, I have more yellow birch up here than white birch. So maybe that's, you know, really isn't very scientific. It's just a numbers game. You know, there's more trees to be infected with the chaga fungus than white birch. So that may be, you know, the reason it's like that, I guess. I don't know. But there's a lot of information online on it. And you can also buy it online, like I was saying. Whew, okay, we're almost back up to my water hauling trail now. But I can also provide it if you're interested. I live in an area that is pretty ripe with it. just lots and lots of it around. Whoops, tripping over myself here. We're back on the trail. You guys have seen this trail before. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. I'll record a little bit more here in a bit. I'm going to grab a few more chunks before I leave. But you get the gist of it. And we'll get into the processing of it when I get back into town. So there you have it. We harvested chaga together. What a bonding experience, right? Alrighty. I'm glad it didn't rain too hard. It just sprinkled for a few minutes. That was nice. Anyway, I'm going to shut this off and fix some lunch. There you have it. That is chaga. It's not the most attractive thing in the world, but it makes really good tea and it's very nutritious. I'm not going to go into processing it in this video. I'm just going to whack this chunk off because it's kind of off by itself. I think just a smack with the hatchet will break that off, and that'll get me by the next couple days. And later on I'll make a video on cutting this up to how I use it. I don't grind it or anything like that. You can, but I just cut it into little chunks. But anyway, I can see my battery's going toast. Thanks for going with me, and we will see you in the next video.